Here comes K. Dot, Humble. Whoa, whoa. So right away, Kendrick is jumping in, remembering what it was like in his neighborhood or when he was more youthful, certain foods that he ate or gram allowances, in like a certain amount of marijuana that would be allocated to him or to his friends, like based on maybe favors they've done or exactly like a certain amount of payment was made in marijuana. So now he's dining with his accountant, and that's probably someone who otherwise he wouldn't spend time with. But when you have someone who is managing your funds, who's quite literally depositing your checks, you're going to want to have dinner with that individual just to make sure everything's on the level. And that's a reward system right there. What K. Dot is saying is that he just wants a female to sit right, to sit on his face. He wants her to sit on his face. All day. All day, AM and PM. And what a line. And here comes K. Dot, who already has, so much accolades, so many people that are respecting his music and his approach. And he's saying, hey, if I were to stop rhyming right now and throw the towel in per se, which is a phrase that means you're going to stop something, that he would already be remembered as the best.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note.
So musical reference saying a soprano C is a high note. He's also saying he wants to keep his music and his message with a higher vibration.
It's levels to it, you and I know. Bitch, be humble. Bitch, sit down.
And I think that what K. Dot here is advocating is he's saying to most of us, or to those who are listening, he's saying it's time to be humble. Enough flashiness. Everyone's spending their stacks, or they're buying chains, or they're buying a lot of different things with their monies. And he's saying maybe it's time to take a step back, be a little more humble. There's also online discussion as to if he specifically is saying that to Big Sean, some kind of a rapper beef. And when you get into that area, you don't want to get involved. It's fun to watch from a distance and to observe or to discuss with some of your associates or your friends, but you certainly don't want to involve yourself, especially in a beef between rappers as big and as talented as is Kendrick and Big.
Sit down, be humble. Bitch, sit down. Little bitch, be humble. Sit down.
Big Sean. I felt the need to clarify there because oftentimes when one says just Big, people immediately think of the legendary Notorious B.I.G., which you'll notice has maintained through history. There's lots of big someone's, but when someone says Big, like I just did, referencing Big Sean, that was my error in forgetting that most individuals who loosely follow hip-hop, at least, will immediately default to the Notorious Big.
Sit down. Sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Little bitch, be humble.
You have to love the beat here. He's
Thinking that he frontin' on women. Get the fuck off my stage, I'm the Sandman. Get the fuck off my dick, that ain't right.
And that's something that a male says to another male when they want them to, go away. Well, you want them to stop trying to be on their penis or on their male genitalia. It's a way of saying, hey, you're so involved in what I'm doing or the music that I'm rhyming or putting out that, you're literally trying to sleep with me. And Kendrick is saying, go do your own thing like I do.
I make a play fucking up your whole life. I'm so fucking sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me some.
Yes, Kendrick. This is K-Dot here is talking about how in hip hop there's a real big trend to take individual females and to make them through computer synthesis appear less flawed, or perhaps, give them a digital tummy tuck or take away stretch marks. And Kendrick is saying he doesn't want that. He wants an authentic version of women. And I both applaud that, and I think it's, and I support that. And I think that's something we should push as a larger hip hop community, because there's beauty in all body forms. I know you know that, but if you're just now getting into hip hop, you're gonna find out that there's a lot of superficiality going on, and Kendrick's trying to reverse course.
Natural like Afro with your rap. Show me something natural like ass with some stretch marks.
Yep, stretch marks. See? And he's talking about something natural like an afro on Richard Pryor. And I do like that because it's a cultural reference and a historical reference. And in hip hop, when you can do that, when you can put multiple meanings on a phrase like that, that's why people are responding to K-Dot so well.
This shit way too crazy, ayy. You do not amaze me, ayy. I blew cool from AC, ayy. Oh, how much just pays me, ayy.
And, without proof of that, I am a bit skeptical that the 44th president, Barack Obama, is texting K-Dot. It might be true. I know they have met. I don't know how close they are. But what Kendrick is letting us know here is that he and the former president not only are close, but literally text one another. And if I could be a fly on that text screen just to read what's going on, is Kendrick learning things about what's happening in other countries? Are they discussing hip hop? I know that the president is a very big fan of J. Cole, and so maybe there's a chance they're discussing some of J. Cole's music as well.
Fabricated, ayy. Most of y'all be faking, ayy. I stay modest about it, ayy. She elaborated, ayy. This that great poop on that AV on that TED Talk, ayy. Watch my soul speak, you let the meds talk, ayy.
So you're saying that some people, when he gets into arguments with others, that they're letting their medication do the talking, which is sort of saying like, hey, you're not right in the head right now. You might want to watch your mouth. And it's sort of a polite way of saying like, you better watch it or I will do something about it.
It won't be the alcohol, ayy. I'm the realest nigga after all, bitch.
Again, saying he's the best. Continuously telling us he's the best. You'll notice that a lot in hip hop where people want to claim to be the best. And I think that with Kendrick, you're going to notice that claim might be validated. It might be validated based on sales and numbers, records, and just general community support.
Sit down. Sit down. Bitch, sit down. Sit down.
Okay, we're just gonna kind of surf this out. We're gonna just hop on the board. We're gonna surf the beat out until the end. And K-Dot does that often. He will sort of trail out with a beat where you have an opportunity to kind of reflect on the lyrics that K Dot put forward. Huge hit for Kendrick. Obviously, we know K Dot's doing very well right now. His records are flying off the digital shelves, so to speak. And so I do wish him all the best. I recently was able to see Kendrick live here in Chicago, and I have to say I would go again, maybe even a third time. Wonderful show, a great talent out of the young man. This one, Humble by the great rapper Kendrick Lamar, aka K Dot, aka Kung Fu Kenny. I saved that for last because it cracks me up. Kung Fu Kenny every time makes me just giggle. So I'm going to stop there because I'm about to have a laughing fit. I'm Bradley Beats, and thanks for checking out the review.